Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. I'm Dark for Olymp, and as you can see, this is another episode of Pokemon Xenoverse, and we're still stuck in the abandoned bunker. Last episode, we did 2 more battles with the X Ditto. The first one, they took on the form of Galvantula and Gengar. We got the help of Chrysler to beat them, and then the next battle, I had to cut out most of it. I just kept in the parts of their forms, like, being beaten. They took on the forms of X Rapidash, specifically the Storm form, which is a electric type, and X Slurpuff. And let me tell you, dear God, those ones were very difficult. That took like 45 minutes plus just to beat the Slurpuff and Rapidash. Anyways, we're here in the abandoned bunker, and there's more rooms to explore. So let's go this way. Sound room. Okay, that room is useless. Alright. Let's interact with the statue. I also realized that it's actually not a Gengar statue, it's actually a statue of Rhydon. Alright. Well, I saw a blue path. So, this is actually going to be a puzzle. So, if you want to, like, if you have, like, bad memory, I kind of bad memory sometimes, you may want to actually use your phone to take a picture. Alright, let's just go here. Then here. Okay, here's another one. Okay, like this. God damn it, why is my repel wearing off right now, dude? Oh. Let's interact with this statue. Okay, it's an F. Oh, so if you don't know, the blue path is actually a safe path. Any other colored tile except for like a gray or a light gray, that's it means it's not safe. Alright. I do see a path down here, though. So let's just go down here. Okay. I'm pretty sure we don't need to go to these bottom 2, but oh well. 2, 3. Yeah, we don't need to. Alright. What the hell was that? You saw that. There's something just there. Oh, it might have been us, because, like, we got here and then here, and I guess it might not have, you know, caught on in time. Alright, here's a path here. Okay, there's gonna be a path there. And a path right over here. Alright. I'm gonna guess these are gonna be long ones, so you might want to actually use your phone. Alright. There we go. Oh, wait. That actually looks like a street path down, though. Okay, I'm guessing this one is just a straight path down. Okay, it is. Yep. There's a door and there's a gate. Yes, of course I want to spray repel. I don't want to, you know, interact with wild Pokemon, dude. Okay, here's a random room. And I see a rock. Okay, we interact with that. There's a diary page. Okay, that does nothing. But I also did notice at the top there is a billboard or a whiteboard. Billboards are actually outside, my bad. And this is for Tyranitar. Research results on subject 155, report number 1. Despite the previous success, thanks to the findings made with subject 74, which I believe is Bisharp, it looks like pseudo-legendaries have some kind of resistance to genetic mutation when caused by X energy. I'll try to perform the experiment on a non-dragon type pseudo-legendary, Tyranitar, or Metagross, as they're the only two non-dragon type pseudo-legendaries. The reference subject is 155. Results on subject 155, report number 4. As it seems, genetic mutation resistance is a trait of the pseudo-legendaries of dragon type. The experiments on subject 155 are proceeding smoothly and everything is going as expected. We're starting to see signs of genetic mutation on the body of the subject, but no significant behavioral alteration was displayed. Report number 7. The mutation was more aggressive than expected, maybe due to the nature of the subject. Yeah, Tyranitar's pretty aggressive. It looks like it has developed excrescences. I don't know how you say that word or how it's pronounced. Don't even know what it means. Like wings. And that its forward limbs have transformed into claws similar to those of a Scizor, both for the look and for the destructive strength they possess. The first behavioral changes have started surfacing, thus we will keep the subject under observation some more. Report number 11. Experiment on subject 125 is to be considered a full-fledged success. Despite the behavioral challenges, the subject is extremely obedient. Moreover, probably due to its pseudo-legendary nature, it has an incredibly destructive power, a lot more than the starting one. Seeing as the subject 155 is a glaring success, it will be assigned to the Deputy Commander Victor and called Tyranitar X. So that's how he got his Tyranitar. Interesting. Alright, seeing as there's no other way out here, we gotta just go up. Which, again, this is a straight path. Alright, let's check this one. Alright, now we have a picture. Okay, looking at the picture, this tile is safe, so it's this one and this one. Now we go here, then down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way down here, then we go here, then here, then here, then here. Of course, I repel at the worst time ever. Alright. Another picture. Make sure you get your cameras ready. Alright. Got that. Okay, so we go to the middle one. Then here. Obviously, all three of these are safe. Then we go to the bottom. Then middle. Then... Wait, no, this is the middle. Okay, this is the middle. Bottom. Middle, bottom, middle. And then top. Then another top. Then we go just here. Bottom all the way. Okay, we got an earthquake. Which way? Okay, which way do we go? Like bottom, top, 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 middle, bottom, middle. Okay. Now let's just go in. Okay. All right. Let's interact with this one. What the hell? Do we interact with it from the front or the back? Hello? Wait. Why the hell am I able to walk right there? Alright, I'll be back with y'all once I figure this one out. Okay, I'm back. I actually just got there. Alright, here's a door over here. And there's... Can I interact with this rock? Here's a diary page. Okay, what was this one? Okay, I got the picture. Okay, bottom all the way down. Okay, let's make our way through here and run all the way down. So we're running very fast. Okay, here's a Porygon box. I'm actually gonna withdraw a Pokemon, actually. A very familiar Pokemon that we've used before. Also, I just saw they forgot to translate some parts of the box. Alright. Let's see here. Let's bring in a Turtonator. Let's swap it out for Brutus. Alright. Where's the Rocky Helmet? Okay, here we go. Here's our Rocky Helmet. We gotta give it to Turtonator. Alright, actually, let me check Turtonator's stats real quick. Okay. I forgot I maxed out its entire defense. EVs, I believe is what they are. It could have a little more in health, but oh well. Alright. Toxic, Iron Defense, Shell Trap, and Rest. There we go, that is gonna be good. Let's make sure we save. Oop. I did not see that barrel. Okay. Let's make our way through here. Okay, these statues do nothing. And there's a room. Let's just save again. And one more battle to go. Looks like we're there, Dark. Any idea what's below here? No, I agreed to help with this because I had a feeling. Maybe some guilt too. Who knows? Roserade and Mewtwo X. That Mewtwo was a pain when we first fought it, and it was a pain when we were trying to catch it. Roserade, however, Inky just took that thing down all on its own. Again? They're really persistent. They're annoying is what they are. Finally I could fight together with my own child. I honestly forgot you're our father at all, man. Like, you've been gone for, what, 11 years? Dark, let's take care of them. Alright, bring it on to Boss Pokemon Ditto X wants to battle. Alright, he's sending in a Crobat. We've got Vulcan up in front. Vulcan transforms. Alright, their stats are higher. Why is Crobat so tiny? Like, he was literally just the same size as Vulcan in his little form. Anyways, let's go for a Starburst on the Mewtwo, because this Roserade's obviously a Poison Sound type. Mewtwo is a Psychic, but it transforms due to, like, what, Protean? Okay, it goes for a Power-Up Punch. It's becoming a Fighting type. I believe it has the Protean ability in this. Okay, we live that, but your attack stat gets raised by 1. Okay. Crobat goes for a Cross Poison. Please, for the love of God, poison this thing. Okay, never mind. We connect the Starburst. If Vulcan goes down, we can send in Ripper, land a Toxic on the Mewtwo, and just chip it down over time. And if Ripper goes down, we can just send in Turtonator, spam Iron Defense, Rest, and possibly Shell Trap. Alright, let's just keep going for the Mewtwo. We want to get rid of the strongest ones. Although the weaker ones you usually are easy to get rid of. But, since we need a Toxic, it's going to be quite difficult because Roserade is, again, a Poison type. That won't work on it. Let's go for another Power-Up Punch. They should have nerfed Mewtwo. Like, they never should have gave it Power-Up Punch. Alright, its attack is still going up. Alright, Cross Poison connects. Alright, we land a Starburst. Okay, I thought there was a stat booster, stat drop. No, Crobat has leftovers. Oh, it has Black Sludge. Okay, never mind. It just does the same thing, but only for Poison types. Okay. What if we use a Fire Fang and it burns Mewtwo? What if we actually burnt Mewtwo? Okay, it missed Icicle Crush. It was probably going to go for either of us. Okay, it went for Rock Slide. Transformed into a Rock type. Okay, I think Vulcan just went down. Yep, he did. Crobat's obviously down to it is weak to rock. Yep. Alright, let's send in Ripper. Alright, Versal has a Requiem. Is he gonna use his whole team? Because, I mean, it'd be pretty stupid if he didn't. Like the others, they were just using like 2 members of their team. Caspar, he's a gym leader. He was only using like Cacturn and Scarphasmo. Alright. Let's go for a Toxic on the Mewtwo. So far has, what, just fighting and rock moves? Okay. Roserade went for Slush Bomb on Ripper, but because it's part Steel type, it doesn't work. Okay, Rock Slide should be not very effective on Ripper. But it did quite a bit. Oh, it was a crit, that's why. Okay, yeah, I was right. It's also not very effective. It's not very effective on Requiem. I'm guessing Rock is not very effective on ground. Alright, it went for an Air Slash. You're telling me, like, just a small little amount of health is literally a crit? It should have just did like this much up to where the mouse is. Alright, we land a Toxic. If only we had a way to, like, lower this Mewtwo's attack. Then again, I could have brought Gyarados onto the team. Actually, I could also brought in Dugtrio. All these fights, I could have brought Dugtrio. And also, what was it? Cryogonal? I could also brought that thing. Because they both have Fissure and Sheer Cold. Also, they went for, Requiem. They poisoned it. Okay, it knows Dragon Claw, so now that's 3 moves it knows, and 3 types that it can become. Alright. Requiem is down, Ripper somehow is alive. Alright, we go for the Iron Head. Okay, the poison just did a little bit, it could have did a bit more. Okay, Versal sends out Weavile. Okay, this thing is going to Mega Evolve. Let's go for a Iron Head again on Mewtwo. Alright, Weavile is reacting to Versal's Mega Ring. Alright, it's going to Mega Evolve. Alright, the animation is happening. So that's its bag sprite. I guess the only thing that changes, other than like this, is that its tail turns sideways. Did it go for a Psychic on a Weavile? Okay, it's going for a Dragon Claw. But on who? Okay, it goes for the Mega Weavile. Weavile, oh, that's because it has a +2 attack boost. Okay, I was wondering why Weavile went down that fast. Okay, Mewtwo lost the entire health bar, but earlier it was basically at like 1 HP for that 1 health bar, till Poison did something. Okay, Versal sends out Entei. This is his 4th Pokemon, so surely he has Feraligatr and something else. Unless Mewtwo was like his 6th Pokemon when we battled him, but he let it out to stop us. Okay, they're attacking Entei. And that's Mewtwo's 4th move. Leech Life. Now it turns into a bug type, so Bug, Dragon, Rock, and Fighting. Okay, Ripper lived that. Okay, Entei went for Sacred Fire. You fool, you had a chance to use it on a fucking Mewtwo, which is a bug type now. But instead you went for a damn Roserade? No wonder you lost to us, Versal. You couldn't even properly command the damn Entei. Like, you could have that thing Mega Evolve, but I guess only we have the Mega Stone? Alright, let's just keep going for the Mewtwo. Okay, they finally went for Ripper. Ripper is down. Mewtwo went for Leech Life on the only available target, which is Entei. Entei is dead. Wait, it's not 1 HP? Really? That health is gone, Mewtwo. You gained health for the cost of absolutely fucking nothing. Because, let's see here. Sacred Fire, Hope. Really? Again, Mewtwo is a damn bug type, Versal. Okay, you burned the Roserade. Never mind, I take it back. We're now whittling them both down. Thank God we got Turtonator for this. Oh, okay, as I said, Mewtwo got health for the cost of absolutely nothing. We could have brought in Dugtrio or Cryogonal. But since we got Turtonator with very high defense, I wish I had a defense-raising nature Turtonator instead of a modest one, but hey, oh well, what can you do? I probably would have preferred Bold or Impish. Alright, we have a Rocky Helmet and an ability that protects us from crits. Let's just go for an Iron Defense. Hyper Voice is not very effective on Turtonator, but that did quite a fucking bit. Entei is down, now that means Mewtwo is gonna attack Turtonator. It used Leech Life, thank God. Okay, Mewtwo gets damaged by Rocky Helmet and then Poison. Let's see that damage. Come on. Show it. Show me the damage. You gained a little bit of health, which obviously goes away. Damn! Alright, now show me the poison damage. Right after Iron Defense, of course. Okay, our defense goes up by 2 stages. Thank God we brought in Turtonator, dude. Turtonator has saved us from Greninja, and now it's going to save us from Mewtwo, but probably not Roserade. Something else can take care of Roserade. Mewtwo is dying. This Mewtwo, that's the thing I want gone. Then we could get to killing Roserade. Don't care how we kill the Roserade, but we're going to do it. Mewtwo, it's going down slowly and painfully. Or actually pretty quick now that Turtonator is out, as I said before. Let's go for a rest, actually. A Psychic on Turtonator. Damn. Wait, I have revives, actually. I have revives, so Turtonator will be coming back. Rock Slide. It transformed into a rock type. Okay, thank God Turtonator went down. We don't need Turtonator going... Actually, wait. That's a physical move. Turtonator probably would have lived it if, you know, Roserade went for Feraligatr instead. Maybe. Okay, they both get hurt by status. Mewtwo obviously loses a health bar. Yep. Poison should do about this much next turn, and then loses another health bar. Let's send in Requio. Does Versal have any other Pokemon? Okay, Requio's out. I was wondering why it was taking like 5 seconds for him to get on the field. Okay, we're applying pressure. They're using up double the amount of PP now. Okay, Versal has no Pokemon. Damn, I only have 12. Okay, let's use a revive. Okay, use Dragon Claw. Requio is down. What if I just keep on reviving Pokemon just to stall out Mewtwo? Because that could work. That very much could work. It's a very terrible strat, but it works. And plus we have like 11 revives left, and we have Inky who's tanky as hell. Okay, Roserade's almost down. Like, if we were to attack it, it would lose a health bar. Okay. That did a little more than I predicted. So, obviously, next turn it loses a health bar, it'll be on its last one. Then, what, 2 more turns after that, and Mewtwo is dead? Okay, let's switch into Thundero. Heal up Vulcan, because... obviously, he gets half his health as his baby form, but once he's swapped out into battle, he gets 100 HP back. So basically, it's just regenerating. In fact, not only that, it's basically like a free Hyper Potion, basically. His ability to transform? Yeah, free healthcare. I could have sent in Ripper, actually. Healed him up. Because he, like, what, resists most of their attacks? Okay, it goes for a Sludge Bomb. Thundero is down, 100%. Okay. Well, now he's down. Assuming Mewtwo doesn't miss. And why wouldn't it miss? I know, why would it miss? That, I meant to say why would it, not wouldn't it. Okay, Thundero is down. Okay, Mewtwo loses health to poison while Roserade takes the burn. Okay, that burn did a lot. And as I said, Vulcan to heal up. Alright, show him your free healthcare ability. There we go. Yeah, let's heal up Ripper. Because then we have enough time to heal Turtonator. Mewtwo went for a power-up punch like a dumbass. You're getting too greedy, Mewtwo. You are way too greedy. Okay, you got another stat boost by being greedy. And that's costing you your health. You not see what you're doing. You're playing a very dangerous game, Mewtwo. A very dangerous game. Okay, Roserade's now lost a health bar. The burn is starting to do a bit more damage. Mewtwo is dying. I'll actually send in Turtonator, because if Mewtwo attacks it, he's dead. Honestly, I feel like giving Turtonator Recover would have helped. Alright. Vulcan needs to be healed. Okay, never mind. Mewtwo's just gonna die all on his own without having to attack. And now we could send in Ripper, because he will just resist whatever Roserade has to throw. And that gives us time to heal up Turtonator and Vulcan. Hell, actually even Requio. Actually, let's send in Inky real quick. We have not used him once. Plus, he did take down Roserade again in Shileon Temple. Let's go for the Psywave. Used Hyper Voice. Okay, Inky lives. Because of his ability for going last, it does a bit more damage. Damn! This is just like when Inky fought the Roserade back in Shileon Temple. He just kept doing that much damage. Roserade does not stand a chance. Okay. This whole battle with Roserade and Mewtwo, it's difficult yet easy at the same time once you have a Turtonator and Inky on your side. Also, that thing hit a crit. I noticed a crit. But that's alright, because Roserade's about to die. At least Inky goes out trying. Okay, it used a Psychic on a Psychic type. Really? Okay, Inky lived that. Alright. I'm gonna heal up Inky. Yeah, let's use a Hyper Potion. It does 200. I forgot it even does that much in this game. Which is like a huge buff. Like Legends Arceus, it does 160. This, they buffed it by like 40. Okay. The burn should get rid of that one health bar. Now it's at its last one. Although the burn would have helped if this Roserade was a physical attacker instead. Alright, let's go for one more Psywave. Okay, it used Icicle Crash on a rock type. Not very effective, dude. Okay, that one didn't do as much. I wonder why. Like, the others were doing quite a bit. Okay, let's go for another Psywave. Hopefully this is our last one. I went for Icicle Crash. Again, not very effective. We're a rock type. We flinched. Okay, but you're taking more damage because you're burnt. Icicle Crash again. Alright, we land a Side Wave. Okay, it's down. Finally. You triggered the Fury Seal. The Dittos escaped. Of course they did. Ugh, this is done too. It can't be much further ahead. We need to keep going. Alright, let's go. Okay, let's keep going. Alright, let's see, are our Pokemon healthy? Okay, they are. Yeah, we could keep Tornado on the team. I also noticed that there's a path up ahead of Team Dimension Grunts. Oh, and there's a page. How many do we have? Alright, let's go to the key items and check the old diary. We got 7. We're missing number 2, number 5, number 6, and number 8. They might be on the upper floors, or they are probably down further. Okay, that grunt was completely invisible to me. And there's something up ahead.